Hi, my name is Paula, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some pumpkin cream cheese brownies. And this time I added 1 cup of unsalted butter, cooled, softened, and room temperature. That's 1 cup. And I added 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now place the large bowl over the top of a pot of simmered water and stir the butter and chocolate together continuously by stirring it for 3 to 5 minutes or until the chocolate is nice and melted into the butter. The chocolate mixture has dissolved and all melted. Now, when the chocolate has melted into the butter, add 1.25 cups of white granulated sugar and stir it into it until combined. Remove the melted chocolate mixture out of the pot and place it onto some towels and let it cool for a few minutes. After you let the melted chocolate mixture cool down slightly for a few minutes, crack 4 large eggs at room temperature, one at a time, and whisk it into it until combined. Repeat the steps. Okay. Add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla ester into the brownie mixture. Then, if you like, add 1/2 teaspoon of pure chocolate ester into the brownie mixture and whisk them into it until combined. Then add 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa butter into the brownie batter and whisk it into it until combined. Now add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 cup of all-purpose flour into the brownie batter and whisk them into it until combined. Now add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 cup of all-purpose flour into the brownie batter and whisk them into it until combined. Now add 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips into the brownie batter. Gently fold them into it until well combined. I made the brownie batter. Now reserve about 1 cup of the brownie batter for later. Now add the remaining half of the brownie batter into a greased 30 by 9-inch baking pan with a sheet of parchment paper. You can make your cream cheese pumpkin layer. First, in a large bowl, add 16 ounces of cream cheese softened at room temperature, and then add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. And if you like, add 1/4 teaspoon of salt into the cream cheese and beat them together on a medium-low speed until it's nice and creamy and smooth. Now crack 2 large eggs at room temperature into the cream cheese mixture. And if you like, add 1 teaspoon pure vanilla ester into the cream cheese mixture and beat them into it until combined. Then, if you like, add 1/2 teaspoon of pure pumpkin pie spice blend extract into the cream cheese mixture. And 1.25 cups of pumpkin puree. Mix them into it until combined. You have to be careful with the spices. First, add 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, then add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. Now mix them into it until combined. If you like, add a couple drops of orange food coloring into a cream cheese pumpkin layer to make it more orange. And whisk it into it until it turns orange. Eat the cream cheese pumpkin layer and turned orange. And a nice little spicy flavor. I'll add some little dots of the cream cheese pumpkin layer on top of the brownie batter. Add some little dots of the remaining brownie batter on top of the cream cheese pumpkin layer. Swirl it into it to make and create some little swirls. Now, place the pumpkin cream cheese brownies into a preheated 350-degree oven and bake them for 30 to 35 minutes. Move the pumpkin cream cheese brownies out of the oven after baking on 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. Let them cook completely for a couple hours. Here's the final presentation of the pumpkin cream cheese brownies. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.